Hi, it's Kay. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'd like to share with you how I'm going to make a 28 loop bow to go on my outdoor decor. Let's get started. Well, hello again. It's Kay from Kay's Creative Home. Welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time here, welcome. We're going to continue making another bow for my How to Make a Bow series. And we're going to start with this Christmas tree ribbon. I've used it before, and the other things I've been doing for my outdoor decor. Now I'm going to start by making 10 8-inch loops. And so I'm using the Easy Bow Maker, and I'm going back and forth adding each loop and trying to place the loop where I want it to be when I'm finished. So you can see I've kind of angled the first two upwards. So I'm going back and forth, measuring out to the 8-inch mark, and then I'm pinching it in the middle, and then I'm twisting it, going to the other side and doing the same thing. If you like further instructions for how to use this Easy Bow Maker, please refer to an earlier video where I make a loop bow in this series, and the playlist for the series will be in the description box below, so you can go back and see how I step by step walk you through how to make a looped bow. So right now I'm going to just continue back and forth until I get 10 loops, like I said. And in this case, I know I've showed you before how to make a bow where all of the trees point in the same direction. Because I'm doing so many loops, I just didn't feel like fighting through that. It really takes some thought to make sure that everything is going the right direction. So in this one, I decided the trees would just be pointing outward. And so in the end, I am going to end up with some pointing down, but it's all like from the center out. And that was just, it made more sense for the bow this time, because the bow is going to be so large. So you know, if that bothers you, then you wouldn't want to choose a ribbon that has a print on it that needs to go in one direction. Okay, so now that I've got this one on, I'm going to just kind of spread these loops out a little bit, and because that's where they're going to be placed in the end. And so my next step is to choose the second ribbon I'm using, and that's the Christmas tree truck, and it has some Christmas trees in the back. And this time I'm making a large tail, but the loops will actually be 6 inches. And I'm going to make 8 of those total. And you see with the first one, with this one, I'm going to have the truck always pointing from left to right. And then as I move the loops around, sometimes it'll be pointing a different direction, like it maybe end up pointing down or look like it's driving in a downward direction. But starting out, they'll always be going left to right. So for one side, in order to do that, I have to actually lift the ribbon off of the bow maker so that I can kind of loop the ribbon underneath. Later on, I decided to stop doing that because it was getting so thick that I just actually looped the ribbon down beside the previous ribbon. But I'll point that out when I get to it. So right now I'm still on the right side, or on your left. I am actually lifting it and putting the loop part underneath. And then on this side, you can see I can put the loop part right on the top here, right into the bow, and right into the Easy Bow Maker. And then when I get to the side, in order to get the print still going left to right, I have to lift it and put it underneath like that. So that's just a little technique I picked up on my own to try to keep my prints going in the direction I want them to go. But like I said, now that this is such a big bow and I'm spreading it around, that truck that I had going to left to right is now actually pointing down. So I'm going to do 8 of these loops, and then I'm going to cut my tail, and then I'm going to move on to the third layer of ribbon. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way, bells on bobtail ring. So now I'm going back to the Christmas tree ribbon. I'm only going to be using these 2 ribbons, and I'm going back and I'm going to make some shorter loops. And again, I'm going to use the same technique where, because this time I want the trees all pointing out from center out, I'm going to make some 4-inch loops, and I'm going to make 6 of them. And you can see I'm getting to the point where this is so thick in the center, everything's moving while I'm trying to get the loops made. And I can no longer even see the measuring device underneath, so I picked up a little blue ruler, and I'm kind of using that to measure my 4-inch loops, because it just wasn't worth the fight of trying to move all those loops out of the way to see where the 4-inch mark was. It was easier to do it this way. And then I didn't have to worry about things shifting around so much. So now that I've got the 2 there measured, I kind of use them as my measuring device. And I'm excuse me, I'm even picking them up to make sure the loops are about the same on each side. So now I'm going to just finish these 6 loops. Again, same method, putting the ribbon into the Easy Bow Maker, and giving it a twist, and then on the other side doing the same again, measuring out my loop and bringing it back through the center of the bow maker. If you're enjoying this bow series, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps out my videos and lets YouTube know that people are enjoying the videos, and share it with others so that they can learn how to make a bow also. And don't forget, if you're not already a family member and you want to see how to make more bows or see some of the DIY decors I'm doing for the holidays, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you'll be notified when I do release new videos. There's also a playlist for all of my Christmas DIYs and Christmas decor in the description box below, so check that out if you'd like to see some other ideas for the holidays. So now I'm back to the truck ribbon. I'm going to do just 4 more loops. These are also going to be 4 inches, and I'm going to use the same method where I'm putting the ribbon in and kind of, you see I had to lift it to get that one side done. Again, on the right side I can just put it in. On the left hand side I kind of gotta lift or twist it in beside the other ribbon. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all. So I'm just continuing my loops. I just got 1 more I think to make, and then I'll be cutting my tail, and then we can get this bow tied off and fluffed, and it's going to be fun because it's so thick. It is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. A day or 2 ago, I thought I'd take a ride, and soon Miss Fanny Bride was seated by my side. So in some upcoming videos, I'd just like to share some things I'll be doing. I still have the kitchen that I'm doing. I have decorated the shelves and the bay window, and most people tend to enjoy the way I do those. If you like to see those, they'll be coming soon. I've also had some vignettes I'm pulling together. I will have a tablescape for the dining room. I've made some new wreaths, and then I'm going to be pulling together all of my outdoor decor. So I look forward to sharing that with you all soon. So now I've grabbed a zip tie. I'm trying to go up underneath all of this loops, all of this ribbon, and I bring it around. I squish the ribbon down as much as possible. I bring my zip tie up to the top and discover it's not long enough. This is the first time I've made a bow with so many loops that my zip ties don't work. I would have to find some longer zip ties if I want to use a zip tie for a bow this size. And I think I will purchase some of those because I would like to make some fuller bows in the future. So what I did was I got 2 of the pipe cleaners or tinsel stems that I got from Dollar Tree, and I put 2 together because I knew this was going to be quite a huge bow. It was going to take a whole lot of twisting to get it tight, and I didn't want a chance breaking them. So I have 2 on there that I'm using to twist, and excuse me for going out of frame. And then I have 2 in there that I'm going to also be using to attach it to whatever decor I attach it to outside. So I've got my 2 for twisting and 2 for attaching it to the decor outside. So right now I'm just giving it a twist, trying to get it tight enough to shape my bow. And you can see everything is kind of everywhere right now, but that's okay. I'm going through now on the back, starting with the biggest ribbons, the biggest loops in the back, which was the tree I did at first. And so I'm trying to just spread them around and make like a complete circle of all of those loops. And now, you're looking at the back, so the trees look like they're pointing into the center. But when we get to the other side, the trees will be pointing out. So now this is just going to be a whole lot of fluffing. And this is one time where I did not fluff unnecessarily. I just had to keep fluffing until I got everything straight. And I just went layer by layer. So first the green trees, then the red trucks, then the next layer of green trees, and then the final layer on top of the trucks. And as I started going, the tails were getting in my way, so you'll see I start to trim them off. I thought I could, I don't know why I thought this, but I thought I could get all of those tails to the back, but it was just like almost impossible to weave their way back through to the bottom. So like if it was a 4-inch loop, I cut the tails to that same 4-inch spot, so that the tails ended up as long as the loops were where they matched up. If it was a tail to the 8-inch loops, which were on the bottom, then I made the tails, at about the same length. You see one I'm cutting now was an 8-inch one. So it's almost as, long as the loops. So I'm going to just continue fluffing and trimming tails, and you can kind of observe how I do that, and then we'll move on to the next step.
Misfortune seemed his lot. He got into a drifted bank and then we got upset. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle.
So now that I've fluffed as much as I can, I'm finding my 2 twisty ties in the back, and I'm twisting again as tight as I possibly can. Because now I want everything to be still. I don't want anything moving again. I've kind of got everything fluffed where I want it. And I've just made this fastener in the back as tight as I could. And you can still see the long stem sticking out because that's what I'm going to use to attach it to my outdoor decor. So the ones that I've used to hold the bow together, I'm just kind of twisting them together down to the end of those sticks. And then I'm going to just tuck them under, so they won't be in the way. They won't get pulled on by mistake. So I am going to do a little bit more fluffing because tightening it has kind of twisted some of the loops a little bit, especially the ones on the back that were near, where I was twisting. And as you can see, it's kind of coming together. I got a few things here. Again, like I said, those green trees in the back, they kind of twisted together a little bit. But I'm going to shape them out a little bit. So how are you doing with your bows while I'm doing this? Let me know how you're making out with your bows. And let me know if you have any questions or any type of bows you'd like to see me make. I'd be happy to try to do that for you and as a part of this series. And let me know how you're coming along with your Christmas decor too. I am almost finished. I gotta catch up on some videos I got behind because I was raking leaves, but I'm almost finished, and I got some things I'll be sharing with you. So here's my bow. Oh my goodness, it took a while, and it came together though. I'm really happy with it. So I'm gonna turn it around so it's facing you the way it'll be used in my outdoor decor. I need to twist it, look like a little bit more to the right so you can kind of see more of the trucks going in the right direction. But that's okay. Here's my big full bow. I am so happy with it. And I'll share it with you again when I place it outdoors, which will be coming soon. Got to get that outside done. All right. I thank you for spending this time with me. And I'll be talking with you again real soon.